This video is brought to you by ZestMoney. Visit zestmoney.in and avail instant loans to buy your favorite smartphone. It's an entirely digital process with high approval rates, seamless EMI payments, and even zero pre-closure charges. But the best part of all is the 0% interest on most merchants, and you don't even need a credit card or a credit score either. The year 2018 saw Vivo take a drastic path, starting with the Apex concept that led to the realization of great phones such as the Vivo Nex and V11 Pro. In 2019, they seem to be further refining that formula, and we have the first phone as a result of that, the V15 Pro. This is Sandeep from RevAtlas, and let's get started on the review. The Vivo V15 Pro features a curved back design, this time with a gradient back. It's available in either a blue or red color, and we have the blue variant with us. Both have different patterns and the different colors that come into play based on how the light falls and reflects off of the surface. The body is polycarbonate but toughened and given a finish that resembles glass. The build quality is solid and the device is easy to handle despite the larger display. This is because the display has minimal bezels, and although there is a chin, it's very minimal and overall looks like it's all display. The display on the Vivo Nex was definitely my favorite feature of the phone and was one of the best displays of 2018. It was huge, had a Super AMOLED display with great contrast, sharpness, and most importantly, uninterrupted by notches. The V15 Pro carries the tradition forward. You get a 6.39-inch Super AMOLED display in 19.5:9 aspect ratio, which again is notchless and holeless. This means that the viewing experience is completely free of any interruptions and has great contrast as well as sunlight legibility. Sharpness is on point, and the display is most definitely something that multimedia enthusiasts will love. Vivo was able to achieve this by hiding the selfie camera within the phone in a pop-up mechanism. Speaking of which, this pop-up mechanism is automatic and comes out when you need it for selfies or for face unlock. It's much faster than previous generation one that we saw on the Vivo Nex, and as a result more practical for face unlock, for example. It takes just 0.46 seconds according to Vivo, and the difference is definitely tangible. It's been tested and proven to be durable for at least 300,000 activations, and that should be plenty enough considering that most of us will shift to a newer phone before we can make full use of that. In terms of security, there's also an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is in its 5th generation currently and is much faster than any other in-display solution we have tried so far. It's also much more accurate and does not require you to provide pressure. One thing I liked on the V15 Pro better than the Nex was the use of a proper earpiece. Nex made use of a piezoelectric speaker which basically relied on the display itself to transmit sound, and that was less than stellar in terms of performance of audio levels. No such issue on the V15 Pro. It's loud and clear and easy to speak to the person on the other side. The V15 Pro is the first smartphone in India to be powered by a Snapdragon 675 octa-core chipset from Qualcomm, and performance so far has been fluid and is more than enough for multitasking and gaming, and we didn't find any issues with lag or stuttering either. Wideband is L3, so SD streaming of content isn't possible. You get 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage as well, which is expandable using the microSD card slot. But the best thing is that Vivo has kept the microSD card slot as a separate unit on the left side of the phone, while a dual nano SIM slot is present at the bottom. This makes memory hot swappable without having to disconnect from cellular networks. While reviewing the phone, we found something very interesting. Vivo has managed to cram in an in-display fingerprint scanner, a pop-up camera, a microSD card slot, a 3700 mAh battery, and a 3.5mm audio jack into a phone that's exactly the same thickness as a OnePlus 60. The OnePlus 60 even had the same 3700 mAh battery to begin with, so we feel that the reasoning given by OnePlus that the fingerprint scanner in the display is taking up too much space is invalid. Vivo has shown that it's definitely possible if you want to do so. The camera unit up front is a 32MP f2 unit and is the first camera to come with such a high megapixel count. It uses a Samsung GD1 sensor, and at the back you have a triple camera setup in a separate island which houses a 48 million quad pixel sensor with f1.8 aperture, a secondary ultra wide camera with f2.2 aperture, and an 8MP resolution. You also get a 5MP depth sensor, and so far we have quite liked the quality of camera so far on the V15 Pro, and while we are still working on the camera review, you should watch our travelog to know just what to expect. The V15 Pro also supports Camera 2 API, so you can install Gcam and use it if you want. The V15 Pro comes with a 3700 mAh battery that charges over micro USB. Type-C port would have definitely been appreciated here, but it does feature dual engine fast charge that takes the battery from 15% to 100% in around 1 hour and 25 minutes. Vivo is most certainly on the right path when it comes to setting examples for other brands. The V15 Pro is a solid device overall and one that features several USPs, especially in the price segment. You'd be hard-pressed to find another device in this segment that offers such a wonderful screen viewing experience, as well as a very good camera setup, good battery life, fast in-display fingerprint scanner, and a cool pop-up camera. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you visit zestmoney.in and avail instant loans to purchase your dream products, be it a smartphone, electronics, furniture, and more across Flipkart, Amazon, and more than 100 other partners.